Hello everyone. I have a baby. Yay! I just wanted to film a little announcement video sharing that news and a few other things. So let's dive in. So this is my sweet little baby boy. We did have another boy and his name starts with the letter F. Freddie. He has a longer full name, but I'm not gonna share all of that. But he is our little sweet little Freddie boy, and I am absolutely fully in love with him. He is just such an angel newborn, and it's wild that I am a mom of 2 boys. I'm officially a boy mom. So let's dive in a little bit on my birth story and then a little bit on how it has been adjusting to being a mom of 2. And that's really all we're gonna hit on today. So my birth story is I went into labor the day before my due date. So the day before my due date, I was like, I cannot believe I have not gone into labor yet, because with my first, we went into labor 2 days after, or 1 day after 39 weeks. So I was like feeling like I should have already been in should have already had him, even though there was no reason I should have. So anyways, I had done all the things that day. I went for multiple walks because it was nice out. I had a lot of red raspberry leaf tea and dates and bounced on my ball and all the things. And that night at about 9 p.m., my water broke. And it was funny because it wasn't like a big gush. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, wow. It was just like a slow trickle of water. So I was like, I'm pretty sure though, after moments, like I had like a lot. There were moments where it just like slowly trickled, and then there were moments where it was like more gushing. So anyways, and it continued over a longer period of time. So I called we had a doula, someone that offered to do it for our family for free, which was super generous of her. And so I called her and I just was like, hey, I think my water broke. Here's what happened. She's like, yeah, I think you're right. She was like, I think you're probably good to just go to sleep for now, but you can call your midwives and see what they think. So I called the midwives and she said, you definitely should just try and get some rest right now, get some sleep. I'm guessing that your body will start to contract soon, so rest up while you can. So I tried to rest. It was not the most restful rest I've ever gotten, but I woke up to about midnight having contractions. And I'm not going to go like too in depth, but I had contractions at home until about like 2:30, I'd say. And then around 2:30, I was like, this is starting to get more and more intense. They're getting closer together. And it just felt like there was a shift in the intensity. So we called my doula and told her what was happening. We went to the hospital. And then we got checked in, had to do all of the they lay back and monitor you and all that stuff. And baby was looking good. Everything was going well. So around probably like 3:15, 3:30, I was able to, probably 3:30, I was able to take off. It might have even been 4, honestly. I don't know. I was able to get up and I was able to do a lot of laboring in the birth tub. And I did basically my entire laboring at the hospital in the birth tub, where I was just like on all fours but in the tub, and my doula would just give me counter pressure, which was super helpful. Tom, my husband, was there, but his hands and his strength were off with chemotherapy, so he wasn't able to do that, but that's okay. He was supportive in other ways. And that's why it was so nice having a doula. And then around 5, I didn't want to be in the tub anymore. I just started to feel like I needed to poop. And I just like felt like I needed change in space. And things were getting, like, my contractions were getting super intense and super close together, but I still wasn't sure if it was, you know, how close I could have been, because when they checked me, when I originally got there, I was a 5. So I still had quite a bit to go. But I got up and I was really, like, after I got out of the tub, I really felt like I needed to poop. And my doula was like, all right, we should have you get checked before you try and go poop. And so they got the nurse, told her that I wanted to be checked. So she went and told the midwife that I wanted to be checked. Midwife, I don't know how long she took, but she took too long because in the process I was just standing up and I just like was trying to wait, but it was just getting really hard. So then I just like started to poop, and I did. But I also, like, you know, after I did that, I had a baby like 3 pushes later. So it was a great birthing experience. And I pushed him out, and I did that all standing up, which is wild. And when I got him, I looked at him and I saw that he was a boy, and that was so super sweet and special. And yeah, that's my birth story. So then after that, we got home, and we have had a great transition into 2 babies. Things that have been really super helpful is my family and my husband's family. We actually live with my husband's family, and my family is like, they're 15 minutes away. So we've been able to get a lot of support from them. And then I also have had a lot of support from friends and community members with like meal train. We had meals for like the first month of Freddie's life made for us, like dinners, which was just a huge help. And then we also had a lot of like DoorDash gift cards that were given to us. Hey, buddy. And so on. So it was just like so sweet and helpful. And I was so nervous about how Hugo would respond to having a baby in our family, because he is such a mama's boy, and I am breastfeeding. So there's a lot of time that he has spent with me to breastfeed, and he has done incredible. Hugo has. He loves his baby brother. He loves giving him hugs, and he's just like, he like will go up to the bassinet. He'll just go, "Good morning, baby brother." And it's just the sweetest thing. And when we introduced him, it wasn't anything special. He was just kind of like, "Hey, that's a baby." We did it. So I was down on the floor with him, and I was just hanging out with him, and my husband brought baby Fred in, and yeah, he was just like, "Oh, interesting." And then he just wanted to keep playing with the toy that Fred gave him. So it was super cute, but nothing so sweet and special. It was just kind of like, he was pretty indifferent about the whole thing. And since then, he's kind of continued with just being happy about baby brother, but not anything too crazy. Like, he hasn't been overly obsessed with him, but he also hasn't been overly jealous, which has been good both ways. And then the last thing that I'll touch on is my adjustment, like what's been easier, 0 to 1 or 1 to 2. And for me personally, 1 to 2 has been a lot easier than 0 to 1. And I think that has something to do with, 1, the support that we have, and 2, the type of baby Fred is. Fred is a really, like, so far, knock on everything, a pretty good sleeper. So since he's a pretty good sleeper, we're not so exhausted. And 2, the support that we have is just incredible. and we've been really leaning on that support. So I have any advice, if you are like going to have another baby or you're going to have a baby, lean into the support, because it is so helpful to have things done for you, especially in those early days, because it's busy, but it's so good. It's so good and so sweet. So yeah, nothing too fancy for this update, but I just wanted to get on here and I just have a quick chat and just kind of fill you all in on my life and introduce you to sweet baby Fred, and share some of those stories with you all. So if you have any questions about, baby Fred, having a newborn, if you want me to give more information on the transition from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 and all of that stuff, just comment it down below. I can always do another video, or I can just answer you down below. But here's my sweet, sweet boy. I'm officially a boy mom, and it is so stinking sweet. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for your support along the way. And I will see you all in the next one.